One of the best ways to express gratitude is to share your good fortune and be generous to others, i.e., a random act of kindness. Guess what? Good manners are random acts of kindness. Saying please and thank you, holding the door, smiling and making friendly eye contact, or helping a stranger pick up something they've dropped are all some of the sincerest ways to spread compassion in the world. One of the best things you can do to lift your own mood is to be kind to someone you don't know for no reason at all, even if it would be just as easy to ignore them. As John F. Kennedy reminded us, we express our gratitude. We must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Try some of the following and see how powerful a shift in mindset it brings. In a coffee shop, pay for the person behind you, or leave a tip for the baristas. Challenge yourself to smile at 3 random people who catch your eye while out in public today. Go through clutter at home and make up a bag of items to donate to charity. The next time you're at the laundromat, or using a vending machine, or paying for parking, leave a few coins behind as a nice surprise for whoever comes after you. Scroll through your contacts list and look to see who you haven't reached out to in a while. Pick 3 people and send them a sweet message. At work, think of something someone has done for you and thank them and praise them for their efforts. Leave a positive online review or get in touch with a business to let them know that a particular employee really impressed you. There's no telling how influential your feedback could be. Volunteer. It doesn't necessarily have to be at an animal shelter or soup kitchen either. See if your local school needs help with anything, or ask around at a church or community center. Sometimes all it takes is volunteering some of your time and expertise doing rather ordinary tasks. It still makes a big difference, though. Think of someone you're angry with or still holding a grudge against. Ask if you can gracefully let go of it and move on. You don't even have to share this with them if you're not ready, but forgiveness is a powerful gift for us and for them. Look around your world and ask yourself how everyone is doing. Is there someone who is quietly struggling and could use extra support? Is there something you have or know that could make someone else's life easier? Don't wait for them to ask. Just step in and help. If you encounter a funny video or meme or an interesting article, send a link to someone. Instead of just Googling things like recipes or DIY tricks, ask the older people in your life for help and advice. They'll feel honored that you esteem their opinion, and you may very well learn something. When you've done something wrong, apologize immediately and completely. This might not seem like an act of kindness, but if done with sincerity at the right moment, it can, ironically, be one of the best ways to deepen trust and respect in any relationship. We will look at apologies more in a later chapter. Do something nice for someone without them knowing. Donate anonymously. Leave a secret gift somewhere for someone to find, or privately sing someone's praises to a third person. You're spreading a bit of goodness in the world. Try to use manners and etiquette as a kind of social prompt to be more conscious of other people's needs and inject a little more compassion into everyday life. When you thank a waitress or cashier, don't just mouth the words without thinking. Literally try to make that brief human connection and see if you can really feel and convey that sense of gratitude. Add in a smile and some eye contact, or even have a quick and friendly conversation if it seems appropriate. When you receive a gift or a favor from someone, mentally make a note right there to do something nice for them later on, or you can literally make a note if you're likely to forget. Keep a small book or calendar with people's birthdays and anniversaries in it, or set reminders on your phone to regularly reach out to others and check in on them. Pay attention so that whenever you next meet someone, you know exactly what to inquire about. I've been meaning to ask, how's your mother after her operation? Or, so, how'd the big camping trip pan out? Do your best to pay attention when you're told small family details or the names and ages of people's children. Most people tune out when boring information like this is shared, but grab hold of it, reflect it, and you may find it's not boring at all, but a way to enter into more interesting conversation with time. This simple act of remembering what you're told and showing an interest in it is a profound act of kindness in a world where most of us are completely self-absorbed in our own problems. Try to imagine that everyone you encounter is wearing a sign on their head that says, "Make me feel important." Sounds cheesy, but just a few shifts in this direction will translate into compassion and kindness that people can really feel. You'll come across as likable, trustworthy, and kind, and people will want to keep being around you. Finally, one way to think about becoming more compassionate is to imagine that it's the same as becoming more aware. Many people think that being kind is a question of generosity. They think that giving to charities or volunteering is a compassionate thing to do. And it is. However, real kindness is a living, breathing thing. And most of all, it is responsive to other people's emerging needs in the moment. Consider situation A. You know your friend is struggling with money at the moment, and when you're out with them one day at a cafe, you notice them pick up a muffin, but sadly put it down again as they claim, "I'm not hungry after all." Knowing your friend well and paying close attention to their body language and facial expression, you realize that this is a cover and that in reality, they're trying to save money. But you also know that you would humiliate your friend to say you noticed this, and it would make them uncomfortable to know you felt compelled to be charitable to them. So, you decide to quietly buy the same muffin, claiming it's for you, then later say, "It's too big to finish," and beg your friend to help you by finishing it. Let's unpack this situation. You paid attention to your friend, noticing their behavior, listening to and being alert to their needs. You also had the presence of mind to realize the potential awkwardness of offering to pay, thus bringing attention to the thing they're embarrassed about. You step in and find a way to make your friend's life a little easier and more enjoyable, but without making a big performance out of it. This also means your friend is not forced to make a big show of their gratitude. Compare it to situation B. You want to do something good for the community, so you donate a big box of muffins to the local soup kitchen, who serve them later that day. Both of these are compassionate, kind acts of generosity, but situation A shows a responsiveness and care that situation B doesn't. That's because it comes from a place of attention and recognition and speaks directly to a need that is emerging in the real world. It's a big difference. You already know that it's a good thing to listen to people in conversation. Well, listening is also the start of genuine compassion. Today, see if you can listen out for people's needs and see what you can do for them. Does anyone need help, information, support, attention? Small gestures offered at exactly the right moment can feel more valuable than winning the lottery. This has been Unspoken Social Rules and Etiquette, Uncommon Sense and How to Act, written by Patrick King, narrated by Russell Newton. Copyright 2023 by Patrick King. Production copyright by Patrick King.